Okay, hello and welcome to the Summer 1v1 Standard Gladius Tournament. I'm Thentox, and with me is Tassos. Say hello, Tassos.
Hello.
Tassos is, I wouldn't say he's filling in, he's on the commentator roster. He's allowed to commentate whenever he wants. We're having a match between Exarsist and Deimos. It's the semi-finals. We just had the first match, but this is a rehost. Because unfortunately, Deimos put his cultist right into the face of an angry Tau dog. Given that Exorcist played Tau and Exorcist lost, the crew wanted revenge. They went straight for his cultist and he called the re because he didn't want to lose. He had one turn to decide and he didn't want to lose his cultist because if he loses his cultist, the game's over. So, the picks and bans...
A bit on an unfortunate step, yeah.
Yes. The picks and bans were that both players banned Sister because Deimos just loves to ban Sister. Exorcist decided to also try and ban Sister, but was forced to ban Admech instead. Deimos picked Chaos and Space Marine, Exorcist picked Tau and Eldar, and we got an Eldar Chaos matchup. This is a very interesting one. Once again, Eldar starting on Vul. I just love it.
Not on Arctic this time.
No,
has access to some food and power. Gonna be forced to drop the ore building as a second building probably to maintain production.
So it's quite a good start as the first, the initial one. No rocks.
He's gonna stock up some power that will allow him to go easily into Warlocks if he decides to follow the Warlock path.
I mean, Eldar is the only thing he's stocking up on right now is cultists. He's against Chaos and he's already feeling the pinch from them.
Just the fermentation pool and some power, so his infantry opening should be pretty smooth.
Now, let's have, what gates do you think he's going to be taking? There aren't really many food gates around here. Ooh. Maybe he's just going to go for a rush. He knows that, Deimos likes to rush, so he may just think, I'm going to go 2-city as well. 2-city Chaos is very, very viable, especially on Standard. And Eldar 2-city is also very viable on Standard. Simply because you go for the early mid game, you use the food units. Barrack food, that's it. Eldar infantry is extremely powerful, even early. But what will
and
Chaos
the most efficient build, the most efficient gate to go for a 2-city would be a food gate with a bit of rocks to maintain some extra ore production without having to build any other ore buildings. But we sadly don't have any good food gates.
I don't think there's a single food gate.
He will have to invest in food much earlier than he probably anticipates.
This looks rough, not gonna lie. Now, what is Deimos going for? He's going for vehicles.
You started on volcanic vol.
Well, this does look like a vehicle start, especially with this power around as well. But Deimos likes to, well, I mean, versus Tau at least, in his last match of Exorcist, he went infantry of Rhino support and he opened, I think he started with the Rhinos first. We'll have to see if he takes infantry after this, but I'm not so sure.
This could be a mixed.
Yeah, I think it is.
He placed his down on brass to get the extra 10%. And there is Grok's pasture right next to his cultists, which is possibly where he plans to get the next city down. He can get the next city down instead. He got it right there.
I love Exorcist is I believe is Russian and he's hosting the game, so we have these Russian names of the terrain in the city, but then we just have an English name over here, Warwind, and then something in Cyrillic.
We have not seen Rite of Change yet, because he wanted to open straight with the Infernal Fabricator. He takes that first. And he has also... No, sorry. The Infernal Fabricator is stopped. He has taken the Abominators. Zenlab.
I suspect the reason why he's going mixed is much like the game in the last game of Exorcist, where Tau is a very strong Overwatch faction, and Rhinos get an ability called Dirge Caster, which prevents Overwatch from adjacent units. It's also good to like just transport your units quickly, because Chaos Infantry and Move 3 Eldar are very quick. He wants to reinforce as quick as possible because Deimos is a big rush player.
We have a Shrine of Cain, a second building opening from the Eldar.
That is the hero building.
It is. And it's very early to get something like an avatar that could swing the match eventually, so we're probably going to see an Atrak.
Yes, which is very rare. I think the logic of this is that he doesn't have much food. And early Chaos Infantry is kind of lacking on AP. It would be strange of Deimos to go for a Chaos Sword versus Eldar, because Eldar are very, very proficient at sniping heroes. And Chaos Khorne Berserkers don't have very much AP. They kind of struggle against like really heavily armored infantry. So if he just has a road blocker, then it could be a thing. However, he's gone for a Spirit Seer, which tells me we're seeing Kayn. Because you rarely see Spirit Seer without Kayn. He's usually a support hero to heal Kayn, buff his armor, make him just even more obnoxious. But Kayn is quite late on standard, especially against a rush player like Deimos.
As a tier 4 hero. Fortunately, it doesn't need any levels.
Well, it is Spirit Seer or Kayn.
We do not need... he does not need to level up, just gear the Avatar of Kayn if he decides to go for that. He might be thinking to go for the gate with Aura and Influence on his right. Yeah. He's probably taken a look at the gates and seen that he doesn't have any good foot gates. And he has also taken the vehicle building. So tier 1, he takes the vehicle building and Shrine of Kayn instead of getting plasma grenades. So he's making Guardians early on to get map control, and he might transition into some mixed build, getting some Wave Serpents to transport his Guardians.
Wave Serpents very expensive though. Rhinos dirt cheap. Wave Serpents very, very tanky, decent damage, but just oh my god, those things cost a lot. The other reason why, yeah, this is very common. Like on Chaos builds, like you kind of always want Rite of Change, right? And if you're going vehicle and barrack, this is also like oftentimes the heroes. If you're going Chaos vehicle, the heroes are kind of free. Mostly because you don't really have anything to spend influence on as Chaos vehicle, and the building gives you influence. But also on the tech tree, I think it's either Warpsmith or Master of Possession. Like the tech tree is kind of empty. Like there's kind of you either take some useless tech or you get the hero tech, which is kind of free anyway. So there's a lot of back teching early for Chaos usually.
Yeah, tier 2 gives you also access to the settlers, which is a bit important on Chaos, using the Rite of Change. So you can get them more use of Rite of Change without having to turn off your buildings.
Wait, sorry, what is on tier 2 you say?
The settler, the population building.
Oh yes, yeah. You tend to go quite early, around population 4, much earlier than other factions.
He did backtech Rite of Change, popped it instantly in both cities. Eldar has opted to take Patches as the second tier to take after Spirit Seer. We haven't had any Banshees being queued or created yet. Maybe he just wants the option.
I mean, Banshees are a strange choice versus Chaos.
Yes, so they are... You will need a lot of Banshees to demoral Chaos units, and if you're going to face Berserkers that have the Fearless, they're not going to really get demoraled anyway.
I think the idea is that Guardians are quite fragile, and he wants to reduce the Overwatch damage that he will face when he goes in. Both players are kind of wary of each other's Overwatch, so part of the reason that, as I said, the Eldar has very, very strong ranged 1 Overwatch. And although and you can see it now, the Rhino has Dirge Caster. And oftentimes people think Dirge Caster means you can just throw Rhinos in. It blocks Overwatch, whatever, I can be reckless with them. But oftentimes there's like range 2 Overwatch, range 3 Overwatch, and Rhinos are quite fragile. But with Eldar, you're basically seeing extremely powerful range 1 Overwatch. So the Dirge Caster is basically always going to get value. But on the flip side, Guardians will lose models to bolt pistols from Khorne Berserkers if they run in. So having an Overwatch taker, like a Banshee or something that will block the Overwatch.
Banshee cannot take the Overwatch though, because Banshee has Infiltrate. So if he swaps his entire army for Banshees, he doesn't have to care about Overwatch, but for now we're just seeing Guardians.
No,
Guardians are also really good at clearing them up.
Yes.
So a few early on are always good.
I would say the Banshee play is just to reduce models so that the Guardians don't lose models when they go in. Or it's to do damage, and then Deimos will spend actions killing the Banshee, and then the Guardians can go in afterwards after all the actions have been taken, so they don't get damaged. So we'll see. Deimos notoriously thinks Banshees are crap, so we'll see if he's proven right or not this match.
Deimos backpacked again on tier 1, getting the hero building.
He's doing the same build he did versus Exarsist last time when he played Tau.
He might be thinking of getting a Chaos Lord.
What do you think is going through his head right now? Why would he build a Chaos Lord versus Eldar?
Well, the Fire Dragons that you can get as infantry very easily can kill heroes. But the Chaos Lord is also a unit that, if you armor him up, can also act as a unit that can go in, take some Overwatch, and then you can have units follow behind him.
This is true.
He can also use him a bit more safely as a support hero, popping more bloated, that we don't know if he has tech yet, for possible Berserker units. If he does not take any other Boon of Chaos, with a level 3 ability of the Chaos Lord, units have 50% chance to get bloated if you only have bloated unlocked. So that's a good way to try to keep your army alive on push, try to sustain.
Oh, so if you don't research the boons other than bloated, every single time there's a chance to get a boon, it's always health regen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Unless you get the Champion of Chaos transformation into a Demon Prince or a Chaos Bomb, but those chances are extremely small.
Well, the last match they played, he did get a Demon Prince at the last minute in the siege, which kind of decided the game. So we'll see if that happens again. But he has gone for a Chaos Sword again. And perhaps you're right. I mean, versus Tower, kitting him makes more sense, but perhaps he's just using it for bloated.
It's also a unit that will provide some sort of problems even if he doesn't engage with him and he keeps him back. It's a unit that the Eldar has to respect and has to build things that can deal with it. You cannot let a Chaos Lord that can potentially get geared up at some point go in and start killing a city, because he can do a lot of damage. We have a Chaos Berserker up now, getting his second one.
I'm just saying, if Exo doesn't get Kane, the Spirit Seer feels a bit useless.
He did go for the Ore and Influence Seeder, so he's probably gonna start stacking some influence to get the hero.
Did he build Ore in his original system? No. He's underpopulated because he didn't have enough influence to pop the rights that gives pop growth.
He will have to turn off his wall for 2 turns probably. His it was Shrine of Kane also not really useful current.
I mean, if he's going for heroes, he's probably an early heroes at that. He's probably not going to have enough influence to settle a third city, and I guess he does have grassland here, and he is opening to get grassland.
I don't think he actually plans to get the third city. Just try to get hero through the influence city, and keep making units on the first city. You don't need that many barracks as this faction. 3 barracks will get you a lot of the early units like Guardians and Banshees, because they have a small production cost.
The Spirit Seer is within bug range.
Thankfully, he doesn't have an Overwatch, so cannot attack anything accidentally, because he has a melee weapon.
Oh, and he heals himself. There we go. I'm just saying, I didn't mean to be rude, but I was saying, what is the use of the Spirit Seer with Arcane? I don't think I've ever seen Spirit Seer with Arcane.
Maybe he is using him to level up the D-armor ability to be able to kill Berserkers easily, because yes, the Guardians and normally the Eldar units do a lot of damage, but Chaos and Space Marine units, which are factions that Deimos likes to play a lot, have very tanky units. And lowering their armor is a good way to kill them much easier. Also, we let the bounces do a lot more damage, because the bounces don't do that much damage versus high armor. But getting the Spirit Seer just to enable your bounces, yeah, I don't know about that. He probably has something else planned. Deimos is going directly towards where he believes the enemy probably spawned, and is successfully predicting the location.
Now, once again, Deimos is building a cult, but this isn't a 3-city play. He's probably just using it to sponge Overwatch. Or, but also, like, Eldar are quite fragile. Even cultists can put a dent in them.
Might see cultist or two getting sacrificed as well for the city population, because tier 4 he's probably gonna opt for the right of Nergal to get extra food, even though he has a lot of food right now. Considering his upkeep is gonna be primarily food, having 3 barracks, it's gonna start taking its toll.
And we have Dr. Jesus joining us. I didn't realize you were commentating.
Hello?
Hey, thought you just invited me.
Okay. What do you think of this wild Spirit Seer play against Chaos?
It's interesting. I don't think you need him, but yeah, it does look very good for Exarsist, considering that he's against infantry.
You're getting a lot of static on your microphone.
There is a positive to getting a weak, fragile hero versus Chaos, because Chaos units, especially melee line of Berserkers, are one-range units and they are not very mobile, so it will be easy to keep him alive in the backline.
I mean,
and we already see that he's level 4, so...
He gets 2 tats, so you're better. It's already level 4 though, Jesus. Okay.
Is there still static?
Yes.
Deimos has opted to get a crystalline body, as normally people do on Chaos. Increases the max hit points of champion of Chaos units that get kills. It has some interactions with bloated, because if you have more than 1 point of Chaos, it's a lower chance to get bloated, but it's a good buff anyway, because healthy units will have more max HP. And if the unit doesn't have it, and it's lower HP, the moment it gets it, it will heal the amount that the extra percent of HP gives with the crystalline body. That's his tier 3 tech for now.
It's quite a busy tier, that tech. There's a lot of good stuff on tier 3. You've got Loyalty, Havocs, Crown, I believe.
Yeah, he has already teched Crown. We can see it on the cultist that he has in the Rhino. That's another tier 3 tech. He doesn't want any tier 3 heroes, so that's probably affordable to get Crown to replace it once or twice with a few cultists. And Loyalty could be backtagged later. Chaos has a lot of research through the Rite of Change anyway. And it's not a building you're going to build early.
Yes, and both Eldar and Chaos have research on their barrack. So that both players can skip book, be pretty much okay, get map control, and not be completely screwed on research. It's funny how
Unlike,
Chaos are clearing the right side up and Eldar's clearing the left side down. But
Exarsist
they see each
opted-
other now, I think.
Exarsist opted to get the loyalty building, and he's already popping a loyalty building. Considering he's going to City, unless he plans to make a third one right about now, he's missing about 30 influence.
This is very strange.
He's getting it at -1 loyalty. So I'm guessing he actually plans to get a third city, and he got his second city settled on influence to speed up the process after getting the hero. Second building also building weekly buildings. Probably gonna see some wave serpents.
I mean, I don't think we're seeing wave serpents given Deimos is knocking at the door. I mean, Eldar are fast, but can they get all the way back to their base in time is the question. I mean, Deimos is just going straight up the pipe. Oh, hello. Oh no! Disaster in the Chaos ranks as an enslaver and 2 robots come out of nowhere and split off the reinforcements.
Eldar could possibly also teleport his troops back in the base if he really needs to defend. But that will prevent him from getting a third city if that's what he's planning, or the Avatar of Cain, which could be researching currently, as he has unlocked tier 4 after the 2 tier 3 techs.
I mean, Banshees nearly 2-tap Chaos Marines. Well, they do 2-tap Chaos Marines if the Chaos Marines don't have levels. That's interesting.
He has not opted to get the scripts to lower the morale, probably because Berserkers have Fearless, and Chaos units normally have not the best, but pretty good morale.
Now, Banshees are... Here's the conundrum. Banshees are more expensive than Guardians. So, like, they drain your eco more and they're slower to produce, I believe. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Yes. However, they don't... He knows that Deimos is probably going Zerka spam. And Berserker, their bolt pistols deal like nearly 7 damage. That's nearly half of that's like 2 to 3 Guardian models. If he stacks Chaos Berserkers in a line, Eldar can't touch them without losing half their army on the approach. That's probably why he's got Banshees. And maybe later he may get a Wave Serpent and then go back to Guardians to like just have the tank take the Overwatch and then pop the Guardians out. But it's going to be quite late, so he's probably getting Banshees to avoid this. He can just run in, assuming he had a lot of Banshees. He can just run in, slice off a bunch of Chaos units. Nothing he can do apart from have Rhinos in front.
We got Fire Dragon stack as the first tier 4 tech. So I don't think we're gonna see the Avatar. He's probably trying to get a third city, or maybe he's just saving influence if he needs to do teleports. And the Chaos
could
Lord
also be a solution to the Berserker Overwatch. Because
the Rangers,
expansions, Rangers, yes.
Rangers can be a good defensive unit, but the problem is that because of the Rhinos, he can go in and take Overwatch basically for free without the Rangers doing anything to a Rhino, and then he will be able to go in with his melee units and start doing damage. So
true.
They are a bit countered by cheap early vehicles you can have in the front. The Chaos Lord has also been geared up. We have armor, health, and penetration.
He's given him Locum. Maybe he picked that up.
And he has not gone for the extra percent to proc Chaos Bones. He has gone for damage reduction and melee damage return.
Wonder why that is. Maybe he's just scared of. Maybe he just thinks that Banshees are. Maybe he knows that Exorcist likes Banshees.
I actually think it's preparing for a potential Avatar because it's a 100% damage return even on level 1. the avatar doesn't really want to hit itself back because it does immense damage. So it's a prevention from his lord possibly getting sniped from an avatar of also will help with bounces. But I don't know if he was expecting bounces in this matchup.
I've seen many a video where Chaos Lord goes against Avatar of Cain. Avatar of Cain hits Chaos Lord and they both instantly die. Just from the melee damage return from what you mentioned.
Second tier 4 pick.
Does have really good tools to deal with the avatars, since you can use melter bombs on them. And I believe you can kill it with 3 melter bombs.
Oh, this is dangerous. Now Exa knows that he has rhinos.
We have backtack the plasma grenades. We have the tier 4 penetration for assault weapons for Eldar, giving penetration for both the Banshee ranged weapons, the Guardians, and the Guardian grenades. Banshees do 2/3 of their damage from the ranged weapon instead of their melee, so the penetration on that weapon is very important. He has not got Avatar, so I don't think we will see it now after the 2 tier 4 techs have already been done.
He probably realizes that it's not late on the tech tree, but it's like a kind of late early kind of early mid unit that's going to take forever to produce, eat a ton of resources, and he knows Deimos is going to be coming for that.
He got himself the third city.
Those elven goodies. Yeah.
Got himself the third city with that influence. Now he has his entire army in position to be able to defend.
It's quite
the Rhino going in.
It's quite sad that the best food city for him is an Arctic Vol with an Arctic firm pool. 20% food bonus is all he could hope for on this map. But he has so many food outputs. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6, 7 food outposts. This is
he got the first look at the Chaos Lord right now. Considering he is probably taking tier 5 right now, he is either getting access to a Wave Serpent or maybe he's backtaking Banshee crits, which is not going to be great versus Berserkers, but it could still do something.
Ooh, that's some nice cheeky Overwatch. And it's dead.
Might see Bloated. Don't know if he has teched it.
Close, but no
cigar. Got Crystalline Body.
A lot of I noticed a lot of kind of Russian veterans love mixed builds. Maybe it's just a like a 1v1 thing where it's to deal with Overwatch, but you very rarely see Guardians with Shining Spears. But he might just be getting Shining Spears as a rusty text for Wave Serpent.
He's probably getting Shining Spear because he hasn't teched anything else, and he has already produced a building, and he is a few turns.
Let's look at army upkeep. So Exarsist is on 7 from food. And
that's the only upkeep.
Sorry, -3, so he's on 10 upkeep. And Deimos is on 20.
16.
20.
And 4 from...
This is not looking good. This Eldar army looks very small, and he just lost quite a lot. I don't even think he killed one Berserker. He got some nice Overwatch. Oh, he killed a...
He killed in his turn one Berserker?
He killed a CSM. I don't know if he killed the other Berserker. He definitely killed... He injured one of the Berserkers with Overwatch, but I don't think he killed it.
He can do a pretty good counterattack now, considering there's no Overwatch.
Oh, he used the Destructor. Nice. So now Deimos knows there's a Spirit Seer about.
That grenade will almost kill the Chaos Warrior below. Can gun down one more.
But but by using that direct damage spell, he can't heal his troops for 3 turns. Or 2 turns.
I believe he doesn't expect his troops to survive the turn if they go in, considering they can almost get one-tapped by even Cultist that's already shaken can kill half a Guardian unit.
Oh, and he gets level 5 on the Spirit Seer. And both players looking pretty worse aware right now. Oh, that is nasty Banshee damage.
but these are good trades for Eldar. Trading cheaper units for berserkers, quite good.
It also stops the snowball effect that Chaos could have, because now in range there is only one Chaos Warrior that can hit a Bansu. Everything else is still reinforcements coming. And because of the robots, the second Chaos cultist that would have arrived is being forced to heal back in the base. So if he cuts off the initial push, then he has a chance to regroup, like, get some units out before the next Chaos wave.
Now remember, Eldar has this ability called Ancient Doom, whereby they take 17% more damage from Chaos, but they have 17% accuracy versus Chaos. But which one is better, do you think? Is it better to have 17 accuracy or 17 damage?
17 accuracy is definitely better, considering it's flat damage, and it's not going to be reduced by anything. But damage can be reduced by the HP of the models.
I mean, accuracy can as well. It's not as strong, it's not as like pertinent, but it's still a thing.
Guardians have 2 HP per model,
Mm.
so the extra damage will have an effect, but the chainswords and the bolt pistols of the berserkers already have 1.7, 1.5, so they're not really getting a 20%, 17% value extra on their damage. We cleared the 2 bounces. And
No, Eldar did do some good trades, but these rhinos are going to be quite difficult to get around, especially under a crown.
There's no problem currently with the rhinos, yeah. We could see a jinx from the Spirit Seer, lowering the armor of a rhino by 2.
Oh yes, the jinx. Maybe. I don't think he wants to engage on this right now, though.
Robots took the Siren Caster from the Chaos player.
Yeah, this right flank kind of really screwed up Deimos' advance.
We have ranged weapon AP penetration for Chaos as a tier 4 tech.
Warpborn bolts.
Yes. No Rite of Pestilence yet, but he might get to skip it, considering he's going mix and he only has he has 5 barrack, but he's still making 14 food a turn.
Deimos probably won't go pop unless he really, really has to.
No, not talking about pop, Rite of Pestilence for the extra percent of food.
Sure, but like, if you are pop capping, losing 1 pop and there only being 1 slot is very punishing. You'd probably do that if you had slots, because then you'd have higher pop growth.
He has tech Demon Prince.
He did this in his last game of Exarsist and he just never made one. I don't know why, because that tech tier is quite busy. I think it's the same tier that you get Loyalty, Havoc, and Crown. I think it's tier...
No, it's tier 4. Crown and Loyalty is tier 3. Okay. That tier also has the Rite of Pestilence. If you needed food, I could have gotten it just to have it, because you can possibly turn off an orb building later to get a bit of food if you get to run out.
I opted to go. I think I don't know what Deimos' logic is, but I suspect what the reason for that is that it's another single entity that can't be killed by grenades, and it forces Exarsist to build units other than plasma grenades to nearly 1 or 2 tap his infantry.
He also can use his extra influence to gear that up as well. Considering Chaos Berserkers do not get any marks of Chaos because they already have the mark of Kron. So currently he has no way to use influence unless he wants to buy more items for his lord.
Yes. And he has influence on his crane and on this 1 armory here.
Got a Laurels of Command on the Spirit Seer to get leadership back on his Eldar units if they survive. But if we can see a Khorne Berserker even on Guardians and cover, where half of his damage gets reduced because it's ranged. Can almost one tap Guardian. So I don't know about getting this item if he bought it.
I think it's because he knows that Guardians die so quickly that there's going to be a lot of demoralling on both sides. Well, not for Chaos because Berserkers are fierce. Takes back the artifact. We're just going to sit this cultist here.
We're getting the third barrack from Eldar right now, which is pretty late because he went hero, and he also went early loyalty. So he doesn't have the numbers, even though he has a lot of food right now, and he could have transitioned to a lot more units. Two more Guardians will die this turn for a single Rhino. That's a very bad trade. He might get bloated on the wounded Rhino, slightly wounded Rhino as well to heal him up.
Every time a Chaos unit gets a kill, there's an intake of breath over what nonsense is going to happen. I mean, it's just, although Exarsist has been trading well, he's still ultimately at 2 barrack. And Deimos is at 5. Yeah. Well, 6, technically, if you count the... or 7. You count cultists, rhinos.
Well, Exarsist does have his vehicle building, but the early Eldar vehicles, especially versus Chaos, don't really have an effect. He wants it for the tier 5 onward, but he hasn't unlocked it yet. So he has been making a signing spear because might as well get something extra with the resources you are stockpiling currently. He's making a barrack on his third city as well, but that's 5 turns away, and everything spawning from that city will have to be teleported in.
Perhaps he should have researched the Val support battery instead of making Shining Spears. Shining Spears are better versus factions that rely on range damage, and Chaos has plenty of melee to deal with them.
Well, because of the skilled Jink.
Yeah.
That is something he could have done, but he opted to get the loyalty instead as a second tech on his tier 3.
Why do you think he built loyalties when Barrett gives loyalty?
He could have also gotten the tech to give +3 loyalty instead. It's quite risky to go for early loyalty against Chaos, assuming from Deimos you can especially assume a 2-city Chaos rush.
And early and loyalty will make your economy better in the long run, and the thing that might help early on is making a breakpoint to get units in set amount of turns. But considering he's only on 2 barracks, a third barracks will give you much more production currently than a loyalty build. So I do not know the decision to go loyalty build. I don't understand.
Now, even though Eldar has 3 cities which scale better than 2-city Chaos, the fact that Chaos has this right of change means that each city is effectively 1.3 cities. It's assuming you don't count the HQ resources. It's just slightly more than 2 cities. It's in between 2 and 3. But it still scales reasonably well. We can see Deimos actually building the Demon Princess game. Interesting.
And he has actually stopped using a right of change. I think he only used it once on each city to set up the early barracks.
Well, the reason for this is because he's not building houses at the minute. He hasn't even teched house. Yeah. So to sacrifice the population when there's just one population slot, the growth rate is so low that it would be so punishing to replace it.
He's getting though a 6th building, which is a Nord building.
He's going to turn off his cult, I assume, or his it doesn't have work.
He's going to turn off his crane, probably.
Oh, yes,
the crane though gives 5 ore for Chaos, so this is an investment get one more ore after the building is built and you already paid 30. So he's either thinking of a bit later in the game, or he's probably just gonna turn off his Chaos Cult and not the Word Forge, because the Word Forge gives also influence for just one less ore.
Well, he'd be getting rid of 5 ore and 2 influence for 6 ore, which doesn't make sense. He's probably going to turn off his cult or his fabricator, because the more barracks he has, he's going to be using all the ore to produce infantry.
Yeah, might turn off the fabricator, yes. He has already a few rhinos. It's not going to be easy for the Eldar to take them out anyway, and he doesn't need a huge number of rhinos anyway.
I'm surprised though that Deimos is not capitalizing on his good trades and trying to push for a city.
Well, against Eldar, it's always scary pushing in, because you don't know how many things are just behind the city ready to come spring at you. But this Eldar city is actually not doing very much to the castle. It's only like 2 damage. Nice.
I think he's waiting to get a bit more of a critical mass, and he's probably also waiting to research Melta bombs. He has not gotten Melta research yet. So going in on the city, he could do some good trades and kill units, but he won't be able to finish the city up.
Little does he know, Exarsist only has 2 units.
Yes. Probably awaiting the Melta, and he's going to be loading up the rhinos to be able to get his units in much easier. He has resources and 2 more cultists that have not used the crowns, so he can make 2 more crowns where the city is going to be. Just scout it closer. He doesn't see any units. There is a hidden tile on the city.
What do you think Exarsist's game plan is here? What's his win con?
Yes.
Just Guardian spam with a few Fire Dragons until he wins, or what?
I think that's currently what he's hoping will keep him alive, but opting to go a 3rd city that will probably not even pay for itself in this game, because he hasn't even made a single building there yet, versus Chaos Rush was more of the option of I will try to hold and try to scale better than Chaos. But Deimos is a player that plays very aggressive, so you should try to invest in early instead of trying to hopefully survive into something better.
This is very, very risky. Exarsist only has 3 units and he's just pushing them right on the edge. All it takes is this 1 Chaos Rhino to go left and this Guardian is dead. He's building Warlocks now.
Warlocks, and he started building.
Probably just for that extra punch, even though he's losing energy and he's got a lot of food bank. It's just Warlocks just do so much damage.
I mean, they need food to be made as well. Not all. They are a unit that can kill anything, unlike Guardians that will have problems with Rhino and Fire Dragons that won't do very good versus Berserkers. But they're also a very squishy unit that after they go in, they will just probably die on the next turn with anything that can hit them. We have extra infantry armor popping for Deimos before Melta Bombs, so he might actually opt to not go Melta Bombs at all, considering there's no vehicles on the other side, and he can siege the city with the Lord.
He's just checking to see if there's anything behind. And he's using this other Rhino to potentially screen any units that come in from the left. He doesn't have any screening up here. But there could be like...
His Lord is screening enough on that side, because the Lord in the city tile, as we can see, the units, Guardians will do 1 damage it, so it's not like the Lord is going to die.
I mean,
1 crown.
2 Fire Dragons can probably do a lot of damage to this Chaos Lord, even in the city. But little does he know, There are no fire dragons.
Maybe he does. Maybe he's actually expecting there to not be that many units because the city is currently completely abandoned.
Maybe he's expecting a counter-attack after he pushes onto the city. You can also see that he popped his reflect on the Chaos Lord, so...
Yeah. The screening with further cultists on the side of the other Eldar city.
Are warlocks or fire dragons, would you say, more effective against the Chaos Lord at 12 armor?
Fire dragons should do more damage if you get their upgrade for accuracy and AP, I'm pretty sure. And they also can do repeat damage every turn, while fire dragons have abilities, one with 4 turns, one with 5 turns cooldown, and outside of those abilities, they still do good damage versus units, but versus a Chaos Lord, they don't do much.
There is also another interesting interaction. So he has a Spirit Seer, which can reduce the armor on the Chaos Lord. So in this scenario, Warlocks could potentially perform better against the Lords.
Because they have flesh bane.
Yeah, exactly. And the Fire Dragons will most likely cap out. They'll fully penetrate the armor already, I think, with the Melta and the upgrades.
Crack shot.
Yes.
They have 10 AP with the upgrade. Chaos Lord with the items has 12 armor though. I'm not 100% sure, but
I think it's that warlocks do higher raw damage and they have bonuses to non-vehicle targets. But fire dragons just have so much AP. So if he does reduce the armor, I guess warlocks just win by a mile.
Deimos is going for the safe approach, screening, not going with every unit to instantly kill the city, screening around to safely kill the city. And that's going to be a win enough. He doesn't know if it's the third or the second city. He could maybe think that this is the third city and he abandoned it because the city has one building or something. But this is the second building, the second city that already has a node. So it is gonna be damage enough to eventually create problems for Exarsist. But currently he has a lot of force stacked up. And there is no production in that city to give him problems on the production front currently.
I mean, even with no abilities popped and no armor debuff, these warlocks are doing 4.1 to this Chaos Sword. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And if they pop the +4 damage and combined with the Spirit Seer penetration, maybe they could even two-shot the Chaos Lord.
Oh, for sure.
Doing some chip damage on the Lord as well with City. Maybe get him into that one-shot range if Deimos makes a mistake and overextends the Lord. Spirit Seers use the turbo boost to go around. He can use them as a scan unit as well with the turbo boost, considering there's no high range Overwatch, so they can go in, maybe take Overwatch from a range 1 unit and then go out pretty safely. Level 2 on the Blood Tech, 210 melee damage.
Interesting to see that Exarsist is building a second hero production building. So maybe he does want to go for an avatar. It's quite a good solution against heavy infantry if you buy the axe on it, but this is quite ambitious considering that he doesn't have a lot of influence income.
So we see
doesn't have influence to even build the avatar yet. He needs as much as he has right now. The cost is 180 and he has 90.
We see the first city go down at turn 45.
Maybe it's a misclick. Perhaps he intended to build a barracks.
That would suck. Oh, he's cancelled it. He wants to build power.
Deimos actually turned off his workforce for the slave mines instead of the Cult of Chaos. No, the Cult of Chaos still is building the Demon Prince, so he might swap it around for the workforce later.
The only reason I can see that is maybe he wants to save on power.
Yeah, 3
saving
on the forge.
Saving on power, losing on influence, but he's gonna stabilize his power with Work Generator in the next few turns, and he's gonna take off the workforce from the second city. But he still needs power to make crowns. He has 2 cultists that can currently build a crown in range of the enemy. The rhinos are being loaded. We have extra infantry armor from the Eldar, which means he did not go for the extra AP and accuracy from fire dragons. So I doubt we're gonna see any fire dragons. Unless he runs out of power and he still wants something high AP. He could backtech for it, but he might also be getting the Cleansing Flame upgrade for the Warlocks at tier 6.
I mean, I think he knows that Warlocks can just handle Rhinos, no problem. Not dealing with really heavy armored stuff. The only really heavy armored stuff is the Chaos Sword, which Warlocks do better against anyway. Supposedly.
The problem is that he's going to be negative in power in 2 turns. And not negative in power production, negative in stockpile of power. So if he still wants to make something that has high AP, he will have to go on the Fire Dragons. So if he had gone for the Fire Dragon upgrade instead of armor, they would be performing their most damage-wise. While the armor doesn't serve to help that much versus Chaos in this matchup. Guardians almost get one-shot hit from Zeki.
Is the infantry armor a damage breakpoint with Khorne Berserkers? It is in, well, they don't one-tap in the forest.
I'm not sure. I haven't played this enough.
I think it matters in the forest, like you mentioned. In the open, it's clearly still one shot.
We might be seeing the melee penetration from Deimos Chaos as well very soon. Or he's probably going to be taking Warp Talons.
Or Melted Bombs, still on tier 5, perhaps.
I imagine the Eldar infantry armor is worth taking simply because the weapons on Khorne Berserkers are split and the melee armor pen is quite a rare tech, quite out of the way, but it means that he can't match the high level of armor with an AP that affects both his weapons for a long time.
You get scouting. You can see 3 Berserkers, a Rhino, and Cultist currently. He does not see any of the loaded Rhinos, or where the Lord might be. The map control has also shifted. Eldar did have quite a bit of map, but now losing his second city and everything in front, I would say Chaos has a much nicer boost from the outposts, and he can also keep his relic secured by positioning cultists next to it. Slowly starting to encircle the Eldar city. As he's trying to possibly get information of what the Eldar has waiting. And Eldar leaving his city to be raised without any resistance. Deimos probably thinking that he has massing a big enough force to be able to counterattack. And he doesn't want to just blindly go in. We might see double crown on the next turn, because he knows where the center of the city is, and we have two cultists on the edges that could go in to make crown. On tiles next to the city.
A chance for Exarsist could be if he gets enough time to get the Cleansing Flame upgrade on his Warlocks. Because at that point, Warlocks can one-shot the Berserkers. Perhaps it would give enough of a counter-attack to defend the city for a while longer.
Only see two Warlocks and one in the making though, and he doesn't have any power to make any Warlocks anytime soon. He's at 0 with -8, and the Warlock costs 30. So I don't know if he did get the Cleansing Flame, just popped this turn.
Good. That's 3 Berserkers he could kill on a counter-attack. That's still something.
Positioning away from the city to let the city take the brunt of the job, and then be able to go and back in with his high DPS units. And he did rebuild his third city on the top left corner on a power and research outpost. And he's trying to get the research to be able to make more Warlocks. Shrine of Cain has been turned off. Food has been turned off.
Yes, I'm not sure whether he wanted a second hero building and decided against it, or whether it was just a misclick and he wanted to make the power building, because the power building is directly above the Shrine of Cain, and now he's out of power. So he either always wanted to do it or realised he's like, oh damn it, can't afford it.
It looked like a misclick. He bought items for his hero, I think. Yeah, he had 90 influence before, and he bought.
No, he didn't buy items. He got the third city on top left.
Oh, okay, interesting.
The items were already on the spirits. The Chaos Prince is out. He has enough movement to reach the trader to get items at this turn.
And I imagine that Deimos should get his melter bombs anytime now.
I still think he might skip melter bombs simply because there's no vehicles and his lord can take down a city reliably because the Eldar have no repair units. So as long as he can keep his lord positioned in between rhinos and berserkers, he will just kill the city.
What tech do you think he'll go for besides melter bombs? I think we have rubrics on tier 5. It's a quite contested tier. You have tile expansion as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think he has nothing else to go for. He's not interested in developing his cities, looks like.
He might opt to go for rubrics to transition from berserkers, considering...
I think he will stay on berserkers, I think. They one-shot everything in the open. It's not much of an upgrade, I believe. Especially since they're cheaper.
He did not go. He did not get the prince on the trader. He skipped the trader even though he had movement. Maybe he's actually gonna take the Mark of Zins, which is available on tier 5, to get the damage reduction on his lord and his cultists. Because he has influence that he's not using currently. We have the counterattack. Warlocks have killed the berserker. with the Cleansing Flame. And they also kill the Berserker down with the Cleansing Flame. One more Warlock available. We did get the crown next to the units to provide reduction. His second city,
you see,
initially the third one, has created its first unit on this turn. So it took quite a while to pay back for itself, start producing things.
Oh,
He's not using the Cleanser Flame.
Well, he's pretty testing.
Yeah, the Hammerhead doesn't really add any damage against Berserkers.
He probably cannot one-tap Berserkers because of the outpost, and he clicked it to see if he can kill, but yeah, it won't have any effect because they are already damage capped at 4. Berserkers having 3 HP each.
That's unfortunate. He has no range 2 to finish it.
Soul Blaze will finish them off.
Oh, that's true.
Soul Blaze will proc at the end of Deimos' turn. He could potentially get a kill with his Berserker. Pop bloated, and this Berserker could survive this Berserker. But that's a very specific scenario. You see the Warlocks taking constant damage because of the crown, because they are Psykers. Not that it would matter so much, because they are very weak unit defensively. Now he can use the...
He wants bloated on this Zerker.
He got the bloated. This Berserker is going to survive the soldier.
Chaos every time. It's just... Oh, and you got War Frenzy as well. Oh my lord. Did you have Crystalline Body on it beforehand?
Yeah, it does. War Frenzy is tier 5, right? So that's
X is called Juju. I think it's just X, yeah, it's just...
Very clean and good use.
It's the best of 3, isn't it? Oh my god. I'm gonna have to be here forever. I'll stop the recording there and we can start another one.